fans out there. My name is Robert Blanchard, and it just started to record. Okay, let's try that again. Thank God for editing. Hello, friends, fans, and faithful readers out there. My name is Robert Blanchard, and this is the first of what I hope to be a long series of YouTube shows dedicated to writing and my journey as a writer and getting where I am. Early apologies, this video may have a lot of editing in it because there's a lot of people live in this house and a lot of dogs and a lot of things going on. So yeah, there's probably going to be a lot of stuff edited around, so if there's a lot of jump cutting, then you probably know why. I guess I should start with how my writing came to be. Early on in my life, I knew I liked to write, but I didn't see it as a possible career opportunity. I wrote a few things when I was younger, but it just didn't click until my late 20s. But I started writing. I have a novel that will be published by the end of the year, hopefully. It's called The Roar of a Dragon. It'll be published by Rowan Vale Books. I started writing that, oh Lord, it's 2015. I started writing that probably 12, 13 years ago. And it started with an idea. I just kind of wrote the prologue, and then it just kind of sat there, and it was on and off for those. I'm not going to sit here and say I was like Tolkien, constantly writing for 15 years. No, there was long gaps in between because I really didn't know what I wanted to write, but eventually it all kind of came together. But it was still, for 7 or 8 years, it was here and there, not very much. So I was working at Walmart. I had just gotten into my 7th year, and I suddenly got very sick. I came down with a vestibular condition called right unilateral vestibular hypofunction. Yeah, that's long. I know it. That's the reaction I get from everybody. uh, so yeah, I remember I got sick with that, and I continued on at Walmart for a while, but it got to the point where I couldn't do it, and no one really knows why it happened or how it happened. It's just it just happened. It's just the way it is. I mean, my physical therapist was like, we don't know how it happened, but right now it's not important. Right now, what's important is dealing with it and moving on. So that's what he helped me do. Eric Diems was his name. And my neurologist kind of said the same thing, and they both helped me out a lot. But it's been a 7-year journey. I came down with this 7 years ago. But when I got sick and I lost my job at Walmart, I tried some odd jobs and stuff like that, but it didn't really work out. I think a lot of it is stress. There was a lot going on, and I don't think I was ready for it. So, it happened, and it is what it is. But while I was sick, I was so lightheaded and dizzy that I was having trouble walking to my kitchen and back. And my apartment wasn't very big. I was living with my girlfriend at the time, and we had a child during that time too. So it was very hard for a long time. But while I was not able to do very much, play with the kids or anything like that, it was really hard. It was very depressing. I kind of fell back into my writing, and all of a sudden I realized, I had something here. I had a story. It was starting to form in my mind, and I had an idea of what I wanted. So it went on like that, and 3 or 4 years later, it was done. December 9th, 2011, I want to say, is the exact date I finished the novel for the first time. I say the first time because there's been several versions since. My first version was 150,000 words long, and most publishers and literary agents don't want to take a chance on somebody with that, an unproven commodity with that many words. So I basically ended up having to cut it in half. I had suggestions from friends and family, maybe I should write, the main character's name is Aiden, by the way. I should write more of Aiden's backstory. I should start there and see where it goes. So I wrote a version basically of Aiden's backstory. I wrote a version that combined the two. I wrote a version that I wrote all kinds of stuff. So I sent several versions out to literary agents all over the place, and I got no luck, which I expected because the writing industry is very hard. Um, yeah, you have to go in. I don't want to say you want to be pessimistic, but you have to expect to be rejected, like a lot, because it's just the way it is. I mean, literary agents see so many different works from all over the world, and you can't just expect they're just going to pick up your manuscript and that's going to be it. No, that's not how it works. So I was fine with that. I knew I was going to face a lot of rejection, and that was okay. Um, but I had no luck. I had no luck in the literary agent route. Um, so about a year ago, maybe less, I want to say, I was on Twitter, and I was uh, I was contacted by Rowan Vale Books. Kat Charlton is one of the co-founders there, and she contacted me because I had written on my profile that I was an aspiring writer, and she asked me if I had written anything, and I said I had. I've written a manuscript that I've been trying to get published, and I haven't had much luck so far. And she and I just kind of went back and forth, and that's where we are right now. I mean, she and I have been in contact. I'm self-publishing it myself. I don't want to make it seem like I got picked up and I'm making seven figures. No, I'm paying to have it published. Self-publishing is the way a lot of people go these days, and the writing industry has kind of evolved around it. Um, because self-publishing there's a lot more freedom for the author, and it's very important to all of us that create things and things like that. We want to have control over our own product and our own whatever we've made. So the publishing industry kind of had to move around that because a lot of people are starting to go with the self-publishing route. It can be kind of expensive, but yeah, I am lucky enough to have friends and family around me that are helping me, and I've gotten a job and I'm trying to support it that way. So so yeah, that's basically what's going on right now. We just I've gotten the first half of the manuscript back edited by Sapira White, and the second half just recently, but I sent the first half back with the corrections and stuff like that. And I just recently got the completed cover design, the first completed cover design, designed by Max Cartwright at Rowan Vale Books, and it looks amazing. If I even figure out how to do it in the editing, I'll put a screenshot up. But yeah, it took my breath away. It really did, and I think I'm really looking forward to seeing where this goes. I'm very excited, and I'm convinced I'm going to succeed at this. And by succeed, I mean I will get this book published. I'm not saying succeed as in this book is going to make the New York top bestseller list. No, I'm not expecting that. It would be nice. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not throwing all my chickens in that basket. It'll be a success if I get it published. And if one person outside my friends buys it and reads it and likes it, then I have succeeded. So that's kind of where I'm going with that right now. Another thing I have the format right in front of me on my computer. So I went through agents at agentquery.com. And I want to say, I want to give a shout out to agentquery.com because that's a great place. Even though it didn't help me find an agent, but it's a good site to learn about the writing industry and things like that. It's not written dryly. It's very humorous and entertaining. So any aspiring writers out there that want to learn a little more about the publishing industry and literary agents, stuff like that, I suggest you go to that site. I love that site. I could go back there. And plus they have a community there. You can sign up and chat with other authors and things like that. And that was pretty helpful during that time too. I think that pretty much covers it. For right now, I just wanted to cover my story and tell you guys who I am and things like that. I have a site up on Facebook. I have a website out on Wix.com. It's BlanchardRobert72 at Wix.com/otherworlds. That's the name of the site, otherworlds.com. And yeah, so I hope to be back. I think next time I'll talk more about The Roar of a Dragon, which is the title of the book. Hopefully it'll be out by the end of the year. I will discuss the synopsis and things like that. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So subscribe if you want some more news on my writing and things like that, or you can go to the Facebook site. I have an author page, Robert Blanchard. There is a site for the Roar of the Dragon also. And you can go to my website and write whatever. Oh, one other thing. I welcome criticism, as any artist should. But if you criticize me, you need to tell me why you're criticizing me. If you just tell me I suck, I am not going to listen. It's going to fall on deaf ears. I don't listen to that stuff. Rolls right off my back. So, yeah. So, any criticism, constructive criticism you want to give, I'm more than willing. You can email me. You can write it in the comments section, whatever. So, yeah, I think that's it. Thank you very much for watching and listening, and I will catch you guys next time. If I can turn this thing off.